Okay, hey, bonjour, and welcome back to the show. Welcome back to bonjour, NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am NANABOOZHOO. Over here, the lovely and the talented, get out of here, Natasha. Ikadon bonjour ni wini mushain. Say hello. Bonjour, Gakita Awia. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. And over here, the rock star cartoonist, Michael Lyons. Ikadon bonjour, Michael Lyons. Say hello. Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. And today, on our Ojibwe language podcast, Ojibwe word of the day. I think we called it something like, I don't know. I'm running out of ideas on what to title our shows. I mean, it's live. I don't really know what we're going to talk about. And I don't think just saying, the Ojibwe word for yesterday, today, tomorrow, whatever. But today is Ojibwe word of the day. I know. Noongom. Noongom. The Ojibwe word for today is noongom. Noongom. Tomorrow, wabung. But we spend a lot of time talking about the good old days here. Bijanago. All my troubles seem so far away. Now I need a chance to hide away. Oh, BG Nago, BG Nago. Suddenly, yesterday, BG Nago, BG Nago. And then Mewinja would be like a long time ago, like back in the days of the grandfathers. Mewinja. Mewinja. I like that one expression they have in England. What's that? Whinging or whinger or whinja. They're always saying that the prince and Meghan Markle are whinging or something. I think that means when they complain or cry around, but they're actually, what they don't deserve any sympathy. They're whinging or something. I don't know. I don't really know the expression. Bijanago, yesterday. Mewinja, a long time ago. A long, long time ago. Hey, hoa, here comes Angie. Is Angie here? Yeah, she is. Bonjour, Angie. Welcome to the show. Mino Gigaje. Good morning, she says in the language. Yeah, she does. So where were you, Bijanago? Where were you yesterday? Oh, we didn't even do a show yesterday, did we? No, we skipped it. I posted a video on Facebook. Yeah, I saw it. So how's it going, Angie? Angie doesn't remember the long time ago. She doesn't remember the days of the grandfathers? Nah, she's way too young. I think she's probably a millennial. Really? I don't know. Are you a millennial? Or are you like Natasha and I, Gen X? Gen Xers. We're the only generation to feel 30 when we were 10 and still feel 30 when we're 50. We've been the same maturity level most of our lives. Generation X. So you see, bling, 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 bling. Oh, hang on, sweetie, we got a call. Bonjour. Welcome to bonjour, NANABOOZHOO. You're, Natasha speaking. Well, hi. Yeah, well, sure, you can be on the show. You want to talk to NANABOOZHOO? Okay, hang on. NANABOOZHOO, you got a call on line 2. Line 2? All right, hang on. Bonjour, caller. Welcome to the show. You're on the air. Well, hello there, NANABOOZHOO. It's me, Rolf. Rolf the dog. Hey, Rolf. Sweetie, that's my favorite Muppet. Yeah. How you doing, buddy? Well, I tell you, I'm doing okay. I got up early this morning, had a cup of joe, and then later on today, I'm going to go down to the old piano bar and tickle the ivories. Yeah, I don't have much to complain about. It's a dog's life. Yeah, it's a dog's life. So, you been dating or anything? You got a lady in your life? No, I stay away from the bitches. Hey, I'm trying to have a children's show here. No, it's all right. That ain't a swear when I say it, because I'm a dog, you know? Bitch. That's just a word for a female dog. Oh, yeah, I suppose, huh? You don't got any bitches in your life? Quit saying that. Well, I don't know. You said it. Nope, stay away from women. That's my motto. I decided I'm going MGTOW. MGTOW, what's that? MGTOW, it's men going their own way. You know, it's kind of like me and Symbolic. Symbolic? Yeah, you know, Nick and I were a couple of bachelors. Oh, is Nick here? Hey, bonjour, Symbolic. What's going on? Mito Gigage, welcome to the show. And Daniel's here too, sweetie. Daniel Lesage Black. Oh, Mito Gigage, Daniel. Haven't seen you forever. Yeah, it's good to see you, buddy. Oh, the fellas are coming in. But what's that mean, MGTOW? It means men going their own way. I've decided to give up women. I'm going to go my own way. I'm going to work on my goals, and I'm not going to try to find love in all the wrong places anymore. Maybe there's some wisdom to that. Sweetie, should I go MGTOW? No, don't go MGTOW. You're my boyfriend. No, I can't go MGTOW with you, Rolf. I got an old lady. I'm sorry. No. So MGTOW, how come you're not gonna chase girls anymore? Well, I guess at my age I've kind of learned that the juice ain't quite worth the squeeze, if you know what I mean. The juice ain't worth the squeeze? Yeah, you know, women are they're a lot of trouble when you really think about it. Oh, Natasha's no trouble. Yeah, well, you got a good one. But I tell you, you don't want to be out in the dating world anymore. Yeah. I tell you, I'm glad I'm not in the dating world. Isn't it all online now? Yeah, it's all on like Tinder and Bumble and, you know, you got to scroll through all these pictures of women and then you meet up anyway and it's also, I don't know, man. I find I got a lot more time and energy if I just spend it, you know, living the bachelor life. Yeah, but don't you get lonely? No, I'm never lonely when I got my piano and my buddies at the bar. Your buddies at the bar. Yeah, man, they're a pretty good group. Hey, what's the Ojibwe word of the day anyway? Oh, yeah. Well, we were talking about the word for today and tomorrow. Noongum is today. Noongum today. Well, let me tell you something, Noongum, NANABOOZHOO. What's that? Women, you can't live with them. You can't live without them. Yeah. And then there's tomorrow. Wabung. 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 Tomorrow. And tomorrow, I'm gonna fall in love tomorrow. Yeah, that's a Kiss tune, isn't it? Yeah, it's from, Unmasked. Yeah, that's a good tune. And tomorrow, what do you mean you're gonna fall in love tomorrow? Well, you know, today I'm gonna swear off women, but you never know. Maybe tomorrow I might have to go find a little bitch who wants to settle down and have a litter of pups. A litter of pups. You know why they call it a litter of pups? Why? because she just drops them on the ground and leaves them. It's like litter. Okay. What? Never mind. Well, you got some more Ojibwe for me? Yeah, sure. Another Ojibwe phrase, yesterday. Be Jinago. Be Jinago, yesterday. Well, let me tell you something about yesterday. I had this bitch. She broke my heart. What? Yep. She broke my heart. Be Jinago. You had your heart broken yesterday? No, it was a long time ago, actually, back in the 80s. But it still hurts, you know. Oh, sorry, buddy. How do you say a long time ago in Ojibwe? Well, you'd say, Mewinja. 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 A long time ago. Let me tell you something, NANABOOZHOO. I've been walking around these streets for many moons. And Mewinja, I knew a girl. And boy, she was something else. But she broke my heart. And that's why I'm alone today. That was a long time ago. That was Mewinja. Yeah? What happened? She met another dog and left me in the dust. Broke my heart. Yeah. Well, you can't just let one broken heart ruin you for all women. You never know. Maybe the right one's just right around the corner. Maybe you'll meet the right bitch tomorrow. Wabung. Maybe I will. You might be right. You may be right. I may be crazy. But it may just be an illusion you're looking for. Hey, now you're quoting Billy Joel. Yeah, I like Billy Joel. He's the piano man. Yeah, just like you, huh? Yep. Well, listen, man, I gotta go. I'm gonna go take myself for a walk before work. How do you say goodbye in Ojibwe? Well, we don't really say goodbye, buddy. We say, I will see you again. Gigawabamin. Minowa. Well, Gigawabamin. Minowa. NANABOOZHOO. Hey, Gigawabamin. Minowa, Rolf. Yeah, you too, Natasha. As bitches go, you're one of the good ones. Hey, don't say that. Gigawabamin. Minowa. Gigawabamin. Minowa. Whoops. Rolf the dog. I don't like that he calls me a bitch. Yeah, no kidding. I don't care if he is a dog. That's a hate word. That's a hate word. Angie says, just a reminder, September 30th, Orange Shirt Day. Every child matters. Hey, Angie, how you doing? Every child, so what is that, tomorrow? 2 days from now. Wear an orange shirt in support of every child. Every child matters. Especially the unborn. That's right. What would happen if I wore an orange shirt and a pink hat? Would I be... No, it doesn't make any sense. Tradition has it as orange shirt, but any orange shirt would be good. Any orange shirt. I think that has a lot to do with remembering the atrocities of the boarding school children. Yeah, huh? Hey kids, if you're new to the show, what Angie's talking about, there's a campaign brought on by a lot of really depressing stuff. But back in the days of the grandfathers, a long time... Hey, you know what, sweetie? Maybe I should go outside and talk about boarding schools. That's a great idea. You want me to teleport you? Yeah, could you? Okay, hang on. I'm going to step outside for a second. We'll talk about this. Okay. And that's one to teleport. Make it so, number one. No. Hey, bonjour, b'nai shiag. Hello, birds. Yeah, so the boarding schools, Orange Day. Boy, if you wear orange this year, you'll fit right in. It's an autumn color. But you wear your orange shirt to remember. Angie says, yes, it's called Truth and Reconciliation. The truth and to reconcile what has happened. And this is the crazy thing about history in general. You know, history is a Dabaji Moen. It's a story. It's his story. And our word today, Mewinsha. Talking about a long time ago. Mewinsha. You see, back in the days of the boarding school, here's the story. When the dust settled from all the fighting, and Europeans had migrated in and set up camp, and they started drawing lines and borders. The Chamokaman and Anishinaabe got together. Lots of times people kind of leave out the part that says that we had anything to do with this. I'm still a little sore at my ancestors for this part. But the truth is, back in the days of the grandfathers, they set up agreements. They called them treaties. A treaty was an agreement that was never supposed to be broken. And the agreement was the U.S. government and the leaders of the Native American people agreed that we would have reservations, reserved land for Native Americans. Later on, they would call that a sovereign nation, but it's not in any way a sovereign nation. You're still part of the United States. But there's a boundary called a reservation. And also part of these treaties said, all right, we're not going to fight anymore. We're not going to resist anything. But we don't want our children being second-class citizens. We want them to have the same education, same opportunities as a non-Indian kid. So they set up what they called Indian boarding schools. In Canada, they called them Indian residential schools. And the boarding school was a place where children lived and went to school at the same time, boarding. They resided there. They lived there. It was like going to college. Only they were little kids. And in the early days, most of the kids didn't even speak English. They would have spoke Ojibwe or Dakota or whatever. And the really dumb thing about boarding schools was that they didn't just bring in English speakers into the Indian communities and start schools where the Indians were. They came in, grabbed all the children at once, and took them hundreds of miles away to these schools. In my family, my grandparents went to Flandreau, South Dakota, and they were from northern Minnesota. And all the kids went. And it wasn't all bad. You know, if you ever see a movie about a boarding school, they're just talking about the bad stuff. These were our ancestors' school experience. You know, my grandma and grandpa went to school with their brothers and sisters and cousins and kids from all over the country. We're all together in these impressive college-like schools. Flandreau had multiple huge stone buildings, full gymnasium, an ice skating rink, a full farm and gardens, horses, dormitories and all this stuff. And so the kids all went to these schools. But the problem was the schools, much like schools today, frankly, were set up not just to educate the kids, but also to brainwash them into thinking of themselves as something else. At Flandreau Indian School, they said, by the time the kids graduate from Flandreau, the only thing Indian about them will be their blood. The school motto was, save the child by killing the Indian. So when you went to boarding school, you weren't allowed to have long hair. They shaved your hair off. If you had an Indian name, they gave you a new name. They just gave you, oh, what's your name? Oh, I'm Little Bear. No, not anymore, you aren't. Now you're Greg Anderson. Welcome to boarding school, Greg Anderson. You know, and quit talking Indian. You're going to learn English here. And in my family's experience, my grandpa really didn't like it. He experienced a lot of abuse. And he ran away 4 times. And, but my grandma, who was 10 years younger, and who was more of a rule follower than my grandpa, she loved boarding school. She talked about it like a person who had a good childhood. You know, she was an athlete and a good student and a rule follower and whatever. She made friends and graduated with honors, went on to college, became a teacher herself, had a successful life. So that's part of the truth too. What else? Now the crazy thing about the boarding school era and the truth and reconciliation we got to make with it. I sometimes refer to myself as a boarding school survivor. Some of us, if your grandparents were boarding school survivors, they had a lot of baggage. And they created a generation of kids who were raised by boarding school survivors. And what I mean by that is we have 2 generations of Indian people in our lineage, 2 or 3 generations, who weren't raised by their parents, who didn't know their own language and their own culture. They were taken from their families when they were little, and they would stay in school many times over the Christmas break, sometimes even through the summers. I have family members who went out to Carlisle Indian School. That's way out in like Washington, D.C. or somewhere. Carlisle, they were, what was that, 1,000 miles? Who knows how far away Carlisle is from Minnesota. So these little kids grew up being raised by teachers and pastors, nuns. They weren't raised by their parents and grandparents. And the truth about those generations, so everyone knows, it was so tough on the Indian people when they had to go to boarding school. But you know who was really damaged? The parents and grandparents who let their kids go to boarding school. They gave up being parents. So we have a whole generation of grown-ups with children that they didn't provide or protect for, taught nothing to. They let the government take their kids. We want to pretend that we didn't have any say Oh, the mean, super powerful white government came and stole the children away. Nope. It was our grandparents, our ancestors, who got their kids ready and sent them off to a school hundreds and hundreds of miles away with no way of coming to visit, no way to check on them. They had no involvement in their children's raising their own children. That's who we are, by the way. Oh, we're the proud Anishinaabe, yeah? We're the descendants of the worst absent parents you would ever think. So they sent away their kids. So those people grew up, became corrupted, just drunk and bitter and depressed. And when their kids grew up and they came back, now their kids spoke English. They didn't speak Ojibwe anymore. Now they had learned everything about European education had to offer. And they're looking at their parents who they haven't seen in 10 years, who they don't even recognize anymore, and they can't even communicate. There are books that kids wrote where they're called Letters from Boarding School. And they're letters that were sent home, written in English. And the parents never read them because they didn't read English. They spoke Ojibwe. So there's this huge, horrible generation gap between the pre-boarding school Indians and then the boarding school Indians, boarding school survivors, whatever. So now we're looking at, so my grandpa was born in 1913. Grandma was born in 1922. So it's that generation, the World War II generation. They're the boarding school kids. Then there's the hippie baby boomer generation. They're the children of the boarding school survivors. They were raised by institutionalized Indians. It was like that whole generation of Indians were raised by people who are militantly raised and educated. A lot of them, it's kind of like the cliche of if your dad was in the Marines and he ran a ship, a tight ship. A lot of the baby boomer generation were raised by very strict, emotionally damaged boarding school survivors. And then those baby boomers had us, the Gen Xers. Now the Gen Xers have come along and we're like, hey, how come we don't speak Ojibwe, man? I want to know my language. I actually do respect my grandparents. I don't have any, generational resentment like my parents do. At least that's what it was like for me. I grew up, my dad didn't know nothing. His dad didn't teach him anything because he was a boarding school kid. He didn't encourage his kids to, walk the way or anything. And that's what they call intergenerational trauma. That's known as intergenerational stuff. Do you guys have that? Daniel's biological grandparents were survivors. Yeah, grandparents. Yeah. And I bet you they never talked about their parents. I know almost nothing about my great-grandfather. I know his name was John. But he was born Shetao something. He was born with an Indian name and died with an English name. I don't know why. I don't think he went to boarding school, but my grandpa had nothing to say about him. He didn't know him. He totally didn't know his own grandpa. My great-grandpa would have been, a bush Indian. And so, you know, where were you, great-grandpa, when my grandpa needed you? You know, the resistance was futile. You know, I've come full circle. I used to have all kinds of sympathy, and I do have sympathy for my grandparents about boarding school. And I used to be really angry at the white government. You know. I was one of these typical college liberals. Say, oh man, this country's so racist. Bunch of racists. But now I'm like, yeah, okay. Was it a racist? I don't even think it was a racist policy. You know, if things were different and the Ojibways had conquered another culture. I mean, what if the Ojibwe people had set up boarding schools to teach Dakota people how to speak Ojibwe? We're like, look, we're going to keep Minnesota, but we're going to make your kids think they're Ojibwe. People be like, yeah, whatever, who cares? There's a lot of young people who think, oh man, a boarding school is so bad because then we lost our culture. We lost our language. We got indoctrinated. I mean, like, yeah. But, you know, would you rather you didn't understand English? We'd be in real trouble if none of us spoke English right now. You're watching TV, not understanding what's going on. You're like, what? I'm glad we had boarding schools. I just wish we had better ancestors who would have protected our children or our grandparents from being taken away. And yet, this is another part of the story I don't understand. Red Lake had their own boarding school right in the heart of Ojibwe territory. It's called St. Mary's. That was still a church. I might still be a church up there, St. Mary's. St. Mary's still a thing in Red Lake? Any Red Lakers here? So they actually did have a boarding school. Nobody ever talks about it. Was it a real boarding school? Everyone talks about Flandreau and Carlisle and all these places. But no one ever talks about the boarding school that's right in our backyard. St. Mary's. I should look into that. Anyway. And this has been your Uncle NANABOOZHOO's. Something or other. Thank you for listening. All right, and cut. I'm doing some clips that I might use later. I know we're live, but Daniel has a long story. Well, we got time, Daniel. Let's hear your long story. He's going to write a book while we're sitting here. Oh, hey, John's here. Okay, hey, mino gigajay, kwakinawiya, anin, Boozhoo crew. Boozhoo. You know, I think it's cool. Everybody here understood what I just said, I think. That's what's cool about our little morning gatherings out here. We actually do speak Ojibwe and talk about our ancestors and our culture. What? Yeah, well, you're free as a bird. You have no idea what it was like for us, the Anishinaabe. Oh, really? Oh, pardon me, I had no idea. This bird's telling me that his ancestors were also oppressed. His grandpa was a Tweety bird. Nah. All right, I'm going back, buddy. Enough of this standing around on a beautiful autumn day. Boop, 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 boop. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. NANABOOZHOO! Hey, sweetie. Oh, hi, NANABOOZHOO. You ready to come in? Yeah, I'm done bad-mouthing our ancestors. Okay, let's see. Let me scan for your coordinates. All right. And locking it on your coordinates. Okay. And that's 1 to teleport. Make it so, number 1. No. Hey, baby doll. Hey. What's good? What's good? I don't know. I started talking about boarding schools, and I'm realizing I got a lot of, hope I wasn't too aggressive. Aggressive? What do you mean? I got kind of a chip on my shoulder. I'm still kind of sore about people who've been long dead. The parents and grandparents of the boarding school kids. It's just so typical. Typical? Yeah, there's a type of person, and I think, sadly we're descendants of these type of people, that if somebody in authority says it, like, they'll just go along with it. Like if they had the vaccine mandates and mask mandates back in the day of the grandfathers. Yeah, you can bet Ojibways would have been the first ones in line to get the vaccination, put the mask on. Yep, what? Yes, sir. Yep, boss. Oh, you want our children? You want to indoctrinate our children? And then, make it impossible for us to be in their lives? Yeah, sure. Okay. What do I get? Oh, free stuff from the government? Yeah, okay. So proud. Ojibwe people! Ojibwe tribe. Yeah. You know what Sherman Alexie said once? What's that? Sherman Alexie said, you're an Indian if you ever wished you weren't one. Hoka, hey. Lebowski, Azure. Hey, Anin Lebowski. Azure, that's a Niji name. Azure, yeah, sure is. I bet you he's a Fond du Lac. Isn't Azure a leech-like name? I don't know, but Lebowski's a Polak name. Hey, that's racist! Oh, sorry. That's a Polish-American name. It's time to start the music. What? Nothing. Hey, Michael, did you sell any books this month? I think we made $50 so far. $50. Wow. How many books sold is that? I'm not really sure. I'm guessing it's probably less than $20. I think I probably make $2 or $3 per book. And so $50, no, it'll be way more than that. Yeah, if you only make $3 or $4 per book and you made $50, that means like 150 to 200 books sold last month. Oh, yeah. That's impressive. That is impressive. Michael Lyons is the creator of the show and a rock star cartoonist. He's got books for sale. Like Go Gibberish. This is a collection of Michael's cartoons and teaches Ojibwe words and phrases. And it's also got the little cutie story. Teddy Bear's Vision Quest. That's my favorite story. Yeah, I like it too. Children's story, bedtime story, whatever. Think, what book is this kind of like? Oh, I don't know. I suppose Winnie the Pooh. Yeah. Think if Winnie the Pooh lived on a reservation. But if you'd like to learn more words and phrases, we've got a book for sale on Amazon.com called Ojibwe Words and Phrases. And these are just handy reference guide, things like Ojibwe names of the Ojibwe reservations, days of the week, animal names, boozhoos and miigwetches. It's not a dictionary by any means. It's just a coffee table book with some Ojibwe words and phrases. But, it's not very expensive, so what do you want? Want to get up here? Oh, sure. All right. Up next, the lovely and talented. So welcome back to the show. Welcome back to Boozhoo, NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am NANABOOZHOO, and this is Natasha. Way hey ya hey ya hey hey oh way ya hey ya hey oh way ya hey ya hey hey ya way oh hey oh hey ya way ya hey ya hey hey oh way ya hey ya hey oh way ya hey ya hey hey ya way oh hey ya hey ya oh way ya hey ya hey hey ya way ya hey ya hey oh way ya hey ya hey hey ya way ya hey ya Oh, wow. I am NANABOOZHOO, and this is Natasha. I will see you again. Ego of a min. Minowa. Oh, what?
See, this is one of Michael's cartoons right here, huh, guy?
Yep.
Oh, gibberish! Mira Dibakad Wagosh. This is what you get if you order a copy of Oh, Gibberish by Michael Lyons. Click the link to order your copy today. So, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. Hey there, sweetie pie.
Hoka hey ni weenie mushane.
Aw, I love it when you call me your sweetheart. Me weenie mushane. My sweetheart, weenie mushane. It's time to start the music. La 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 la. Sit up straight. It's Auntie Natasha time. Thank you, Daniel. Let's give Daniel a gold star.
I don't think Daniel was the first in class.
Let's give it to him anyway, because he's such a good student.
Okay, but that deviates from the rules of our little game.
I don't even care. And I want to give Angie Says she can have the silver star.
All right, Angie Says gets a silver star.
Let's give the big Lebowski Azure the bronze star.
Bronze star for Lebowski Azure.
And who else is here? Symbolic! Nick! I love the name Nick, too.
Yeah.
Let's give him... Can you just draw a little heart by Nick's name?
I don't want to draw a heart by Nick's name.
Why not?
It's gay.
No, it's not. That's from me. I'm going to give him a little heart. Mwah! Hello, Nick. And, or symbolic. Give him a symbolic heart. Because it will symbolize our love. All right. What's the Ojibwe word today, sweetie?
Oh, we had some dumb ones.
Oh, you mean like yesterday and today and Bijanago. Mewinja. Noon goom. Wabung. Well, today I'd like to talk about some very important issues in the world of cinema. Bring, bring.
Oh, hang on, sweetie.
Oh, I wonder who that could be.
Bonjour. Oh, is this Rocky? Oh, I mean Sly? Yeah, sure. You could be on the show. You want to talk to Natasha? All right, hang on. I'm going to transfer you. Okay. Sweetie, he's on line 2.
Rocky?
Yeah, but you can call him Sly.
Oh, that's right. Sly. Bonjour, Sly Stallone. Welcome to the show.
Hey, yo, Natasha. Auntie Natasha, how you doing?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. It's so nice to see you this morning.
Hey, yeah, yo, me no giga jade. Hey, good morning.
That's perfect. You're learning Ojibwe.
That's right, But I want to learn the Ojibwe word today and tomorrow, but especially, what's the Ojibwe word for a long time ago?
Oh, yeah, we were just talking about that. Mewinja. Mewinja. A long time ago.
Yeah, well, you know what? Maybe it feels like yesterday, and it seems like yesterday, but Mewinja, a long time ago, I had to go toe-to-toe with Apollo Cree. And let me tell you, I was afraid. How do you say afraid in Ojibwe?
Well, we say ningotage. Ningotage, I'm afraid.
Ningotage, I was afraid. When I first started out, I just wanted to go the distance. And I could prove that I wasn't just another bum from the neighborhood. And then when the fight got closer, I was afraid he was going to kick my head in. And I was afraid. Ningotage. That should have been your Ojibwe word of the day.
It really should have. I'm afraid I didn't think of that when we were doing this. Bijana. So what'd you do yesterday?
I had to write out a check to my ex-wife, for the alimony. And I gave her, half of all the money I made from Rocky.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was with her for 25 years or something. But she really deserves all the money I made from making the movie Rocky. And also Over the Top. And then also, that one where... It ain't over! What's that called?
Oh, Rambo?
Yeah, Rambo. Also from Rambo. I don't know why.
Yeah, I was kind of sad when I heard you got a divorce. You got kids and stuff.
Yeah, but it's all right. We got a reality show now. And I'm going to let the camera crew just follow me around and rob me of my dignity. Because then I can give half that money to my daughters and then my wife. But I still got my pup.
Yeah, you got a new dog though, huh?
Yeah, he's all right. He's little Bupkis Jr. Hey, how you doing, boy? But, it's not the same thing as my turtles, Cuff and Link.
Oh, that's right. Those turtles are still alive?
Yeah, man, turtles live forever. I can't believe it. These things are the size of a coffee table now. I didn't realize they get so big, or I would have eaten them a long time ago.
What?
Yeah, my coach, what's his name? Mick my trainer, whatever he was, manager, Mick, he said they'd make good stew, but now they're too big. So I just ride them around in my living room.
You're riding around those two turtles?
Yeah, they're huge. And, I'm still living in that old apartment from Rocky.
You do not. You're like a millionaire.
I was a millionaire, but then, like I say, I got a divorce. But, it's okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, let me tell you something you already know, Natasha.
What's that?
Life, it ain't all sunshine and roses.
Really?
No, I don't care how tough you are. You, me, ain't nobody gonna hit harder than life.
Yeah, that's really true.
And it'll knock you down to your knees and keep you there if you let it.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, it ain't about how hard you can hit. It's about whether or not you can take the hits and keep moving forward. You gotta be able to take the hits and keep moving forward. That's how winning's done.
Okay.
I don't know, man. Well, I think I better have a glass of eggs and take old Butkus Jr. out for a run. How do you say, or tell me if I'm saying this right.
What's that?
Gigawaba min, Minowa. I will see you again.
That's brilliant. Yeah, that was very good. Gigawaba man, Minawa. I will see you again.
And hey, yo, NANABOOZHOO. Yeah, what's up? Gigawaba min, Minowa. I'll see you again.
Yeah, you too, Rocky.
You can call me Sly. Sly. Forget about it.
Wow, Sylvester Stallone.
He's so awesome.
He is pretty awesome. Sounds like his wife really took him to the cleaners, though. If he's living back in that old apartment.
Yeah. So he got those turtles that grow really big?
Yeah, I guess so. He says they're still alive. He's riding them around in his living room. It's a weird guy.
Yeah.
Oh, is Daniel taking off? Bumma bee, you crazy cats. Work calls. Catch up soon. Bumma bee. Nietzsche. Good old Daniel. Cheers. Cheers, love.
Hey, sweetie.
Yeah?
You got another call in line, too.
Oh, you're kidding. Wow, what a busy morning. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, what's that now? Hey there, little lady. It's me, it's Joe. Joe Biden. No fooling, it is. It's Joe Biden.
I know. Hi, Joe. Welcome to the show. Mino Kiko Shave. What's going on?
Well, I just wanted to call in. I want to learn that the Ojibwe word today, and I want to take a little sniff of that Pert Plus you're wearing. You got the Pert Plus shampoo scent.
Number one, you can't smell my hair from there. And number two, shut up with that. You want to learn the Ojibwe word of the day?
Yeah. What's the Ojibwe word? I'm interested. That's not hyperbolic. That's just. It's true. I said sacrosanct. But what's the Ojibwe word of the day? For sure. How do you say Ojibwe word of the day?
Okay. Well, today's Ojibwe word is noon-goom. Today.
What now?
Noon-goom. Today.
Noon-goom. Today. Let me tell you something. Today, I'm going to give my boy Hunter a call. They found some cocaine in the White House, and I snicked. Something tells me. No, I'm just kidding. But he's a good boy. He's the smartest man I ever knew. How old? What's his? Bo Hunter.
Hunter Biden.
Hunter Biden. Yeah, he's a good boy. You think he fell asleep?
Yeah, he always does that. Should I wake him up?
Hey, Joe! Huh? What's that?
Hi, Joe. You fell asleep.
What? Oh, yeah, okay. Hey, how do you say goodbye in Ojibwe? I gotta go back to sleep.
Well, before that, tomorrow is Wabung.
Tomorrow? Well, I may not even still be here tomorrow. I don't need to worry about that. I say I'll see you again.
I'll see you again. We say, Gigawaba Min, Mitawa.
Gito Abamin, Mino, little lady. I'll see you again.
Mr. President!
Hello. What is this?
It's Natasha.
Oh, yeah, I gotta go to bed. I say goodnight here in Ojibwe.
I say, Mino Dibakud.
Well, deeper cut, darling. I gotta go, Rex.
I'm just gonna let him sleep.
Yeah, that's probably best.
He's a sleepy old man.
Yeah, he is. And a powerful leader.
And a powerful leader of these United States. And 4 more years! 4 more years! You gonna go campaigning for Joe Biden with me this year?
No. Are you really gonna vote?
No, I'm never gonna vote again. That's so stupid. It's not an election, it's a selection. I just saw in a video this morning that every one of the 44 presidents who we've ever had has had royal bloodline.
Royal bloodline? What do you mean?
They're all related to the same... Their ancestors are the same ancestors that were in the English and French royalties. This America is not it's not what they tell us. So stupid. Sunny day, la 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 la, okay. And I'm on. Anyway. So, Michael, you want to add anything?
No, I'm good.
All right. You want to add anything?
I think it's time we start the music and shut off the lights.
Turn down the lights.
Turn down the bed.
Turn down these voices inside my head. Yeah, it's not time to start the show. It's time to end the show. Okay. Well, everybody, just want to say, miigwech kabizadawieg. Thank you for listening. Dash. Miigwech gadawabieg. And thank you for watching Boozhoo. Oh, where's our title? Boozhoo, NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. My name is Natasha. This over here is the rocketly handsome NANABOOZHOO.
Miigwech kakinawiya. Thank you, everybody.
This is Michael Lyons, the rock star cartoonist who made $50 in royalties this month
So far.
and I will see you again. Giga waba min. Minawa. Oh.
The song is called Boozhoo Kichimanadu. Hello, Great Spirit. Boozhoo Kichimanadu. Miigwech gaiji gakina gegu. Gaiji Chagaya Nungu Boozhoo Kichimanadu Miigwech gaiji gakina gegu. Gaiji Chagaya Nungu Miigwech shiwenda Gaiji Mamadazian Miigwech shiwenda Gaiji Bimadazian Gaiji kakina gegu. Miigwech Kichimanadu Miigwech Gaiji kakina gegu. Nimi kwachi wanda. Gitchimana do.
Oh, wow. That was great.
Yeah, that was.
Ladies and
What we're
gentlemen,
working on anyway.
Michael Lyons on the guitar.
Boozhoo, Gitchimana do. Hello, Great Spirit. Miigwech, Gaiji Kakina Gegu, Gaiji Chikean Nungum. Thank you for everything that you do today. Nimi Gwechi Wendam, Gaiji Bamadazian. Thank you for my life. Nimi Gwechi Wendam, Gaiji Webak. Thank you for the weather. These are just some of the Ojibwe phrases of the day. Next up, let's do a song that you might have heard on the radio.
On the radio?
You might have heard it on your home stereo, on the phonograph.
La, 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 la.
Gawapa Beganika, Gawapa Beganika, Gawapa Beganika, Indojaba, yeah. Gawapa Beganika, Gawapa Beganika. Gawapa Beganika, Indojaba, yeah. Gawapa Beganika, Gawapa Beganika, Indojaba. Gawaba Begani Cog, Nindunja Ba. White Earth is where I'm from. Gawaba Begani Cog, White Earth, or the place where there's an abundance of white clay. That's what they call White Earth. And this is our Ojibwe word of the day. What do you think, sweetie?
Oh, it's a
Should it
great
be a good
word.
Ojibwe word of the day?
Yeah.